Alright everyone, it's Skull902 here for more extras for Mario 1. This is extra part 3. We're in 5-1 now, and well, before I get into a little story, I have a correction to make because I'm a fucking moron. So, I did a little bit of looking, reading up on TV tropes, and I saw a bit of a long play in between parts, and it is only 6-3 in the original NES version of Super Mario Brothers, where the level is monochrome. Only 6-3. It's not like the entire world of Worlds 3 or World 6. So yeah, I'm a moron. But, if you're a regular watcher of me, you would know that anyway, so... Yeah, just a mistake that I made. I wanted to clear that up and everything, so, good shit. Anyway, World 5. Now, I mentioned that I got this game as a Christmas present back in 2001, and it provided me with plenty of good times with Mario 1 and all the other games in the compilation. Now, since Mario All-Stars has a battery in it so you can save your games, unlike the NES version, World 5 is actually, when we got the game, it was the world that it was saved on. In like the main save file, you get 4 files per game. And I believe save slot A, which was the one that we would always play on, was World 5 until it got erased. Because, every now and then, I guess the game would forget. And it would sort of like reset itself. Which was kind of annoying. Perhaps the sign of a dying battery. I know Mario 3 doesn't save for shit on that cartridge anymore, and that was kind of after it took a fall with the Super Nintendo. That was like many years later on. And that's something I can talk about in my Mario 3 LP. So, like, that's a little interesting, though. It saves. So, that's something. I'm fairly certain that I was gonna make that like a whole nother point. Oh wait, no, I made my point with that. It was when I got the game, started off with World 5. It's a bit difficult to be starting off with, but actually we didn't even know until like we had to start over again. It was like, oh wait, no, we were supposed to go there way later. But yeah, just interesting and all that nice shit. So, speaking of saving, you may have seen that my life count dramatically increased in between 5-1 and 5-2. That's because with the saving in Mario All-Stars, you can actually also like go back and select a world, and in Lost Levels you can actually like select by the level. In Mario World as well, but that's sort of like how Mario World always worked. But you can select by world, and I'm gonna show it in a future video, but there's apparently you can do it in 1-1 as well, but in 3-1 it's like the easiest place to do the famous 1-up trick. So that's something pretty neat. You just wait for the right time to bounce on a Koopa shell while it's walking down the steps at the end of the level. I tried to do it in the main playthrough so that I wouldn't have to show it off in another video, but unfortunately my timing was a little off and it didn't work out so well. So I did that in between parts, got the footage for that, and my life count is a result of like doing the 1-up trick. So don't be alarmed. I didn't cheat. I just used what the game gave me and went back a bit to you know, get me some more lives. I don't like think that I need a whole lot of lives for this game, but it's nice to get it up to capacity, which is 128. Thankfully, it like caps it at 128. Like you can't get past it in this one, because in the original there was a glitch. Like it's still like the most that you can have in this game either way, in the original version or the All-Stars version. But like in the NES version there was a glitch that like it wouldn't like stop collecting lives. It would still collect lives, but like when you got to 129 it would roll over into negatives. So like you get your 129th life and then, oh no, you die once and it's game over. So that's pretty bad. You have to sort of like keep count, or you know, just like not do it for nearly as long. Like with this version you can just keep bouncing on that shell forever and, you know, it won't harm you. Like that spiny, which I jumped on like a fucking moron. Speaking of incorrect timing, am I right? But yeah, that's basically how the 1-up trick works and whatnot. So I'm going to be showing that off briefly in another video, like how it's done in video form and whatnot. So good shit, good shit. Now you may have noticed some similarities. Some similarities in between like 5.3 and 5.4 are reused levels. I guess that's the point of what I'm trying to say here is, again, there was, you know, limitations to the technology, and they didn't quite know how to take advantage of the NES as well back in the early days of the system, just like any console, really. So they, to save on memory, reused some levels and, like, added a couple more things to make them a little bit more difficult, like the fire bars, or well, no, there's multiple ones in 5.4 that you saw. You know, there was that huge one at the beginning that wasn't there before, and all that. And there's multiple ones near the. Basically, what I'm saying is that there was fire bars where there weren't fire bars before, to make the level a little harder. I believe 6.3 is also a reused level, and that's sort of where I got the idea of it being like, you know, the same as World 3 in terms of the snowy aesthetic. And it's weird here that like they didn't use the snow at all. So what the fuck am I thinking? Goddamn, I suck. Why are you watching me? God, it's weird. So yeah, reused levels. You could see it as laziness. I personally don't. You know, again, it was just they didn't know what to do with the technology. They didn't know the NES quite as well. I'm just gonna keep saying this on and forever. So, to move on to another thing, I mentioned, I'm going to go back to this point again, that the All-Stars version of the game saves. You know, it saves your progress. I didn't actually know this until reading the TV Tropes page for Super Mario Brothers. Let me just get that for you. On the title menu, like, if you game over in Super Mario Bros., you can hold the A button while pressing start to go back to the world you died in. So it's not level specific, but, you know, you get a chance at the world that you died in. And I think that's actually pretty fucking cool. Had no idea about that until recently. Thankfully, like, even though it won't work if you hold B, nothing will happen if you hold B and press start. So, like, you know, it won't start over from World 1 on you by accident. So I think that was actually pretty considerate that they put that in there. So good on you, Shigeru, and the rest of the Mario 1 development crew. You know, good shit on you. Or no, don't shit on them. Good shit. It's a good tip and whatnot. So yeah, I'm rambling once again. No surprise here from me. So the video has been well over. So I'm just gonna end it now. I will see you guys in the next extra part. I've been Skull902. Thank you for watching, and have yourselves a wonderful day.